Hi everyone, welcome back. We finished up Psalm 24 last time, and we're going to take a break from the Psalms. I really would like to go back to Psalm 25. It's one of my favorites. But before we do so, there are some interesting things scattered throughout the whole Old Testament about God's face and seeing it or not seeing it that I wanted to read with you. I'm not sure I know how to synthesize all of these. I've got some ideas, but I'm not entirely sure. So we're going to read some of these and think out loud about them together. The first one, the first noticeable one to me anyway, happens in Exodus 33 with this beautiful request of Moses that God would show him his glory, to which God says yes. It's interesting when you read Moses intercede in chapters 32 and 33, every single thing he asks for, God gives right away, without quibbling or arguing, without any ambiguity. And when Moses asks to see God's glory, God says yes, but he adds one proviso. Verse 20, Vayomer lo tu kol lirot et panai, ki lo yir'ani ha'adam v'chai. So go ahead, pause the video, and pronounce this out loud. See how much you can translate. Okay, Vayomer, very easy. Cal 3ms, consecutive imperfect of and he said, God speaking here. Lo to call, it's just a cal 2ms imperfect verb from ya call, to be able. You'll remember that initial yod verbs revert back to a vav when you put something out in front of a verb. So just you are not able, Moses, lirot, hopefully you can recognize the root hiding inside there. Lamed prefix tells you it's an infinitive construct. To see, let me get rid of those lines. To see, sign of the direct object, and pana with a 1cs suffix on the end. You are not able to see my face. Reason, ki, because, lo yir'ani, and we, ha'adam, the subject after the verb, man is not able to see me, v'chai, and this is a consecutive perfect verb, just a 3ms cal consecutive perfect, and live. The consecutive perfect verbs often show future consequence, so future consequence from this possibility. So God answers Moses' request, but he says there's one proviso, one limitation. Moses can only see God's back and not his face, because you cannot see God's face and live. And this is God talking, not just a human character. The interesting thing is that elsewhere in the Old Testament, characters will talk about seeing God or seeing God's face, and they don't die. They will often say they feel like they're going to die, but they actually don't. One example from Genesis 32 with the famous wrestling match. Verse 31, Vayagra Yaakov Shem Hamakom Peniel, Ki Ra'iti Elohim Panim El Panim, Vatinatseo Nafshi. Pause the video and practice pronouncing and translating. Okay, the first line here, Vayikra Yaakov, and Jacob called Shem Hamakom, the name of the place, Penny El, hopefully you can recognize face, and El, the face of God, and then without a lemor or anything like that, obviously we get direct speech. Ki, because, Ra'iti, a cal 1cs perfect, from Ra'ah. You'll remember the final hey does not often drops away when you have an ending on the end of the verb. Here it reverts to the yod there. For I have seen Elohim, God, panim el panim, face to face. And you'll notice you got the plural here, but often body parts are not in the singular. The general explanation for panim being the plural is that because the face is complex and is made up of parts, you put it in the plural. So he called the name of the place Peniel, because I have seen God face to face. Vatinatseo, the root is natsal. The tav out front tells you it's a 3fs imperfect. Let me blow this up a little bit, and you'll notice you have a doubled first root letter and an a vowel, which tells you it's a nif vowel. So, and my nefesh has been delivered. My soul has been spared. I'm still alive, shockingly. So This is very interesting to me. God, no less than God himself, says, "No one can see my face and live." And yet Jacob says, "I've seen the face of God." And yet, interestingly, he saw the man face to face, Ha'ish, not God. And yet he comes away from the encounter saying, "I've seen God." And he's shocked that he's still alive. I can think of a number of ways to try to put these verses together. Maybe Genesis 32 synthesizes with Exodus 33 in the sense that Jacob is saying, it's sheer grace that I'm still alive. I should be dead. I can think of a Trinitarian explanation as well, which will come up later as we consider some later verses. But for now, we'll let this simmer for a little while, and when we come back, we'll read some more verses about seeing God or not seeing him. So we'll pick this up again next week. Thanks, everyone. Bye.